All right, so here we go. Rob Kazi, man, welcome to the Black Market.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Definitely a pleasure to have you here. Kind of ran across your profile probably about a year and a half ago or so. And I saw quite a few funny characters on there. But one who really stuck out to me was Crazy Randy. You know, and that was one of my all-time favorites until I really started to get into Tommy and everything, you know, when he started coming out.
Crazy Randy, my favorite.
Okay.
So give me a little bit of background of yourself, how you came to get to this particular point, you know, how did the characters come about and all of that stuff?
Well, I grew up I got a big family, 8 sisters now, 2 brothers. So just growing up with all them different energies, all them different, you know, it was always crazy. It was always fun. I would say that, and how I got to this particular point was I would say it was definitely God. And by that, not like, oh, I want to be a comedian. It was like God directing my steps. Even when I thought I was walking somewhere else, he was like, kind of, nah, that way. Because a lot of people may not know, my first love and my first passion is music. Like, you would have asked me this, like, years ago, like, man, you should be a, you know, you could be a comedian. Like, it was hell no. It wasn't just no, it was hell no. Hell no, I'm not trying to be no comedian. Like, I'm a rapper, like, you know, like I'm lyrical, like my mama does poetry.
Okay.
So it's hereditary, so it's like just in my blood, just writing. So that was just always my dream, honestly. I just always seen myself on stage rapping and like being one of the top selling and one of the most lyrical rappers to ever be in the game. That was my dream, that was my goal. So this is actually still sometimes I sit back like, dang, God, like I didn't see this.
Right.
Like, this was left field. When Instagram came out with the videos and stuff like that, it was really a marketing thing for me. I seen a lot of people, I'm like, well, I'm naturally funny, so let me just do a few funny videos just to gain my fan base, and then boom, hit them with the music. And I start doing the funny videos, and then I was sneak my rap in there. But and I kept doing that, and then I start seeing the responses. I start reading the comments like, oh, you changed my day, you know, this and that, you made me. And I was like, okay. And then they had I'll never forget, one of the first DMs that affected me was it was a guy. It was a guy sent me a DM. He was just like, man, I've been going through a lot, and just like really changed my mood, man. Changed my complete mood. I'm in a better mood, this and this and that. I appreciate you and your comedy. I go to his page and, you know, mouth full of goals, guns in every picture, and I'm like, damn, I possibly just saved somebody life. So that was refreshing, just for the simple fact that it was a man, and we have that pride thing, and sometimes hold back on saying those things to each other. And then it was a girl, probably like a week or 2 weeks later, who had a family member, a dead in the family, and she just left me this long DM about, you know, how she been down and in a dark place for like a week after this death, and she like, this is the first time I smiled. And even now, like, it's chilling. I was like, damn, I'm doing that. And then that's why I was like, you know what? And that's what started pulling. I think that's what first started kind of developing a love for comedy. And I don't think I actually realized, and at that point I started thinking about it, like, I think I realized I've been doing that and just didn't know it. Like, I was the student in class. If you come in class and I see you having a bad day, I'm not gonna like fuck with you. I'm gonna start josing just around you just to make you laugh, just to see you smile. And it was just natural for me. I wasn't purposely trying to be a comedian or trying to, you know, I just didn't like down energy around me. Like, down, I'm like, come on, man, come on, smile. And as soon as you smile, I'm like, see, gotcha. And I said, damn, so I guess I've always been a comedian.
Right, no doubt.
Yeah.
So you're from New Orleans, for those, you know, who may not be familiar with you. So how was your upbringing? Well, first, what part of New Orleans are you from? You know, and then how was your upbringing? You know, as far as in the— around the different neighborhoods and so on and so forth.
was born in the Ninth Ward, then moved to the East New Orleans. Some people still kind of relate those Ninth Ward, East, whatever, but the upbringing was, like I said, it was a family of 10, strict parents. So I never was really just out doing crazy stuff, and unless I say I went by my one of my cousins in the Ninth Ward. That was like one of my favorite cousins, and then that's when I kind of developed, now I wouldn't even say a love. It wasn't a love. It was like a knack for kind of doing things against what I was used to doing. Right. Just kind of going out there fighting and going to parties and with guns and just like, it was. I think more for me it was like just being honest. I think it was more like just being a follower, going with the, my cousin doing it, people around him doing it, I'm doing it. Like the girls was loving it at the time because it's like, I want to, a hood dude and this and that and, a gangster. And so just trying to fit that image. Then it got to a point where I was like, it's not me. This is not me. I'm tripping.
No doubt. No doubt. So you said you grew up in a strict household.
Mm-hmm. Like,
how is it possible to grow up in a strict household with 10 of y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm looking at your personality,
mm-hmm.
and then when I see Brother Hakeem, and I see Tommy, and then I see Crazy Randy, and I see this person and that person, man, y'all will drive somebody crazy in that house, man. So when you say strict, your people have to really, really be strict to, because you got 6 or 7 personalities within yourself, when it comes down to comedy at least, Right. So how do parents manage all of that?
I don't know. Shout out to them. I really couldn't tell you. And that probably all those personalities probably came from being like, I wasn't. Well, I got punished a lot, so I probably was like in my room, just kind of in my own head, and that's probably where it started subconsciously. I didn't realize it, but even with them being real strict, they was strict to the point like times to come inside and one of the AC, that was a big thing. Like do not touch the AC, do not touch the AC. So everybody in the house getting beat. So. Yeah, I was the type, and I was like real rebellious though. So even with it being strict, I was real rebellious. Like I was the type like no earrings, and I would sneak and go get earrings. So that's what I want to do. So even though no matter how strict they was, I think it was just always in me to be rebellious. I don't like to be controlled, regardless if it's parents. Or that's probably why I never excelled at any of my jobs. I was a real good worker because I had the work ethic, because of my father. But I just don't like being told what to do.
Hey man, I can agree with that one.
So, Vibrant Productions, is that your company?
Vibrant Vision Productions.
Vibrant Vision Productions.
That's me and my sister's company, Megan Rachel.
Okay.
Shout out to Megan.
How did you all start that company?
That was something we actually talked about for a few years. I was already like into the comedy at that point. It wasn't as like where I'm at now, but we talked about it, and she was working like this. I don't know exactly what she was doing at the hospital, but she was working at the hospital. She was making a lot of money and like doing that traveling, so she didn't have the time to do it with me. So it was just something we talked about. So it was just like going in the back of my head because I knew she was doing that. So I was like, okay, all right, I know we want to do that, but let's just do this. And then it got to one point that where she was just like, she pulled me to the side. She was like, hey, look, I think I'm ready. Let's, to start this business and do this. And I was like, you sure? And she was like, yeah. I was like, you're making a lot of money. Like, you sure? She was like, yeah. And then we did the groundwork, did the paperwork, the LLC and everything we needed. And next thing you know, I'm looking and seeing them logos and shirts and the hats. And I'm like, we got a production company. Like, we really made it happen. And now we putting together our first show. We're the production company, and it's major. Like, a lot of people. We doing stand up. It's gonna be stand up, sketch comedy, live sketch comedy, and also pre-recorded sketch comedy. It's almost like on some Dave Chappelle and Living Color, Comic View, all in one. So I kind of want to, we kind of want to bring a little something different to the city with this one. So we kind of going all out.
So to kind of bring it back a little bit to the comedy issue. Mm-hmm. So you said it was 10 of y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who was the funniest, and where did the funny gene come from?
I can't really say like who was the funniest. Like we all funny. We all funny. But honestly, I would have to say me and Megan. Like not just because we doing this, but like I don't know. I'm just trying to think back. But everybody say some funny stuff. But some people are more like in the family would suppress it a little bit more. So I don't know if they could be funnier. You know, then there was some siblings that took offense more versus just like let it flow. Cause we a real dark family. Like we like we have some dark jokes. Like we just say anything to each other.
Was that passed down from your parents? Is that something?
Yeah. My daddy said some funny stuff. My mom was, so I really can't judge that one because my mom and my daddy, they both funny. So I think it just it's just the genes.
Nah, because we was coming up here and I was telling Kim, I said, I bet you Megan used to get robbed of business in that house. You know, she was like, I bet they had some nice little roast battles, some wars going back and forth. So y'all kind of did some of that growing up, or it was just...
Yeah, well, we didn't
double team.
Yeah, then we double team. Then when you got that a big old family like that, you know, this person getting on you. Sometimes they might all get up on you, but we didn't realize that we was really like strengthening each other. You know, just for society. You know, we would do it like purposely sometimes, but it was like I said, and some people would be not have a hard shell or whatever. So, but at that point, like right now, you can't be that way in our family.
Right.
Like, you know, people are like, well, some people are different. Like, you can call it a dictatorship or whatever, but you can't. You do not have the option to be soft, period.
Right.
You just don't have it. My little nephew, he just came in town, but he been living in Atlanta for most of his life.
Right.
But you still a Hodges, it's still your blood. Now you in New Orleans, and this is how we operate. This is how it's gonna go. You gotta reel back. Period.
So,
ain't no no. You getting this work.
So so your nephew is a Falcons fan?
Uh-oh.
He is torn between the two, which I didn't even think that was possible. Cause his daddy, which is my brother, is diehard Saints.
Right.
Not as much diehard as me. Cause he more or less like, we lost, we'll get it. Get him. I can't do that. We lost. Like, don't call me, don't text me. My sisters know, my mama even know it. Like, they won't call me for like at least an hour. At least an hour. Let me calm myself down.
So it was like that when the Saints ended up losing, or as y'all would say, they got cheated by the Rams.
Yeah.
So it took about an hour.
As they would say. What you mean as we would say? You don't think we got cheated?
I don't know, man. Look,
you don't think we got cheated?
I'm a Philadelphia fan, so I don't know.
We got cheated?
Y'all did us wrong in that dome last year. So,
so you biased right now.
Yes, I'm
you biased. So they ain't throw the flag, and then overtime comes. Like people say, oh well, they could have did it in overtime, but then overtime come, but nobody gonna talk about the holding. Right. The holding penalty. Nobody gonna talk about the pass interference they did on Michael Thomas right before they picked the ball, or Drew Brees threw a pick. That what? So man, they cheated all.
Now they did y'all bad, man. They did y'all bad, but it's evidence because they didn't put in the whole replay rule and all of that stuff about pass interference and stuff. Yeah. But it's a day late and a dollar short. Now you cost some boys a chance to the Super Bowl, so
You sound like you was the one to start a petition.
No, I did sign it. I ain't gonna lie. They had for the replay game. I ain't gonna lie. I never signed a petition in my life. That day, I was like, you know what? Just in case, let me, because I don't want this to be real. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this real or not, but I'm gonna sign it just in case. Like I said, I'm diehard, and his, my nephew, his daddy, he a Saints fan, but by him growing up in Atlanta, his mama is a Falcons fan, so he like. So he'll watch the game he's like, man, it stressed me out because I don't know who to go for. And that was another thing. I just told him in the barbershop this past week, and true story. Down here, you know who to go for. You ever watching a game around me, I bet you better not even smile if the Falcons make a touchdown. It's over. You getting put out the room. You can't watch the game.
Come on, man. You can't do that, man.
Yes, I can. I'm telling you, I'm diehard. I'm emotional about that team, man. But But that last loss though, what we have, like what's going on right now, you have to understand. Like I'm learning to put, like, 'cause I would miss jobs. Like if they try to make me work on a Sunday. Like that's how deep it is. I'm not missing no Saints game. So I would like no, but now it's different because, like I said, I don't like being controlled. I don't like people dictating. So if I'm working for somebody else's job, you could bet your bottom dollar I'm not coming into your job on a Saints game. But now that I work for myself, it's different. I would take a booking during a Saints game. I would be kind of cringing in the inside, but I would do it. I've done it once. Just so happened to be like a sports bar. So the game was on. And I'm not gonna tell you who we was playing that made me feel comfortable in that setting, but we was putting a whipping on the Eagles.
Hey,
so
we about to cut the interview short. We about to cut this short.
so real talk. We were playing the Eagles, and it was, man, the score was up there. So at that point, I was like, man, we won. So I was able to just lock in. But I'm taking that, and I did a video, a video that kind of gave me a lot more followers too. It was right after the Rams game, and that was like really emotional for me. I was upset, but I did post a video, like I was in the mirror crying, like who that. That was hard to post. That was hard to post, and that was really emotion in my face. But I did it because I still, have to entertain and and do that. So I do understand that aspect of it.
So let the record be shown. Mm-hmm. If you got to book Rob Kazi, leave Sundays open.
Leave Sundays open. Unless it's major. And there's a lot of money
unless it's major.
That bag,
we got to get the bag.
Got to get the bag.
No doubt. We got to get the bag. Other than that, though,
And around playoffs.
Play on it. So, what would you say in this industry? Mm-hmm. It seems like it's a lot of cutthroat people and it's just a lot going on. What would you say has been your biggest challenge in this industry thus far?
If we being honest, myself.
Okay.
Because I'm a man of God and I'm a man of faith. And I got strong faith. And when I believe something is mine, it's mine. Good. Like, so it's nothing that can stop me. No white man that, I don't care nothing about that. He holding us back. Not me. Right. He holding you back, but God said it's for me. Right. Nobody can hold me back. Nobody can stop it. So, our biggest challenge is sometimes getting out of my own way. Mm-hmm. Like, things maybe, oh man, I gotta stop procrastinating in this area. If I would have did this, I could have got here. Man, I'll be a lot further if I would have. So a lot of the times, if I feel like I'm not where I need to be, or something could be sped up, or this happened, I put a lot of the blame on myself because we are all gods. So I have control over a lot of the things. So if I slacken in the area, it's me. Now some people could play parts in it, but I'm still gonna give myself a lot of the blame. Like, man, I feel like I got the spirit of discernment. I should have seen that. Man, I did see it. I did see it, and I ignored it.
Right.
So a lot of the times I put the blame on myself. So I'm my biggest obstacle.
Okay, no doubt. So you ever had any, I don't know, like employees or people around you who, you thought, hey, you know what, man, this is a good fit, and then you brought them on, and then you realize, dang, you know what, I probably should have left them where they were, because I know we go through some of that from time to time, because we into a couple of different businesses aside from this, and sometimes you think you just got a perfect fit, or, you try to put that friend on, or put this one on, put that one on. So have you had to go through that? Because I've been labeled the bad guy in quite a few instances, and I don't mind doing so because I know how to separate business from personal.
Me neither.
But have you ever had to deal with anything like that?
The good thing about it, about Vibrant Visions, is a lot of people working within a company, it's family. I would say, not all, most of the people working within the company is family. So it's easy to direct that. My whole family know that Megan, as well as myself, can be assholes, and especially when we serious, like when it's time when we on set and we saying, phones off and quiet on set and all, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's go time.
So I think that's the easy part for me by being family, because I can easily say, hey, look, get out. Hey, do this. Hey, look, you can come back tomorrow or whatever. And then like you say, knowing the good fits, like knowing your family. Okay, this person will be a good fit over here. Okay, this person will be a good fit over here. Like, I don't know. You could just be security. So so knowing those personalities versus like thinking you know somebody. So that's the good part about it.
No doubt.
So we got a chance to see you in the Master P movie. I got the hookup too. How did that role come about? Did you have to audition for it or?
I didn't. It was last minute, and he gave me a call. The movie was actually done. And he got that. I won't say shout out to my fans though. Shout out to my fans because I really do believe that they made that happen. They definitely made that happen because what happened was he was putting his movie together and people kept saying, "Oh man, what time it?" And yeah, and humbly saying is like the character was like literally the hottest thing in New Orleans at the time. Right. So it didn't even make sense to me. Like, why wouldn't you put Tommy in this, man? Come on now. But I didn't speak on it. I was like, all right, what's for me is for me. Right. Maybe God is, So I don't stress myself with stuff like that. But then I would read the comments and they was just like, man, put Tommy, you put Tommy, I ain't watching it. So I don't think that was just the main factor in it, but I do think that it encouraged and like, man, you know what? I got to put this dude in it. I do think that helped out a lot. And a shout out to Juggy. Juggy was another person in Master P. Like, man, you need to use Rob. You need to use Rob. So those two factors, I think that's how that came about. And he just gave me a call and was like, hey, what you doing tomorrow?
Just like that.
And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to fly you out to Cali, this and this and that.
So there's P.
Yeah, this is Master P. And,
so you didn't think it was a prank call or nothing?
Nah, cause me and Juggy have a relationship. Gotcha. So Juggy called me, but then P took the phone from Juggy. Mm-hmm. So we talking and he like, man, come out there and he said, I'm gonna book a ticket tonight. And I'm like, wait, tonight? And I forgot what I had going on. It was nothing major, but I definitely had to move some stuff around to make it happen. But I felt like it was definitely worth it. So I moved what I had to move around, got it done. Told my girl, hey, look, I need to go to the airport tonight. She's like, tonight? What happened? So, and I was out there the next day recording. So,
yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Look, I'm going to say this. I'm a huge fan of the movie. Really enjoyed the movie, but it was one part of the movie that I didn't like, and I couldn't understand it. Man, how Tommy get knocked out, man? What's up with that? You had something to do with that? Or
I didn't.
I mean, Tommy redeemed himself afterwards.
Okay. I didn't have nothing to do with that. He did mention it to me, and honestly, I was like, I don't like that. Just for real, I was like, I don't like that idea.
Right.
In fact, I hated the idea.
Right.
Then I was like, okay, if that do happen, like somebody got to die.
Got to be some give and take, yeah.
I said somebody got to get shot, somebody got to die. So he was like, okay, well, we can add that in there. And honestly speaking, even after I watched it, I only seen it one time, and I still don't like it. Like I thought I was like, it was like, okay, I'll do it, and this good, and it still was good. I feel like it still was a good career move and stuff like that.
No doubt.
But
definitely,
just seeing that and just knowing how I created the character and what the character was all about, I really did feel like it kind of went against the brand, kind of went against the character. But he did talk about a part 3 and redeeming myself and stuff like that. So Tommy on some Tommy stuff in part 3. So I, told him we can't do it unless Tommy is Tommy. Ain't nobody playing on Tommy in part 3. If there's a part 3, definitely somebody getting it. So so it really, honestly, it really didn't sit well with me. Even when I seen it, I was like, okay, I'm in it. But I was like, just watching it, it just
Right. And I understand, man, because Tommy is definitely a brand.
Tommy the realest in the world.
Right. Oh yeah,
the realest in the world. So
yeah, we were watching and we was like, oh man, Tommy got knocked out. What you mean?
I'm talking about the mafia, the mob. I don't care who you are, you not fooling with Tommy. Right. Period. So that's how I wrote that character. So that's why that still didn't sit well with me. That was a real uncomfortable scene to watch, honestly. Yeah, I even had because I'm a method actor. So when I get into character, like I'm full blown. I don't know if y'all I did an interview with Master P. It's on my page.
Bro, I must have watched that about 30 times, bro.
And the crazy thing about that is I'm so much of a method. When I'm in character, I'm in character.
Yeah.
He really was trying to get me to break character. But I told him, like, I was trying to change my clothes, like, and get back, trying to take the time off. And he was like, hey, we got an interview. I'm like, all right. He was like, nah. He was like, stay in character. I'm like, you sure?
You know what you asking for?
Yeah, like, I mean, because he was like, man, no. So we got on camera, and I'm doing what I do as Tommy, and he like trying to get me to break character, but I'm like, Pete, this is what you asked for. You asked for Tommy. Like, I can't do that. Right, I even had one of my partners like on set while me and Corey was doing the Tommy and Terry skit.
Shout out Corey with a K.
Shout out Corey with a K. We was doing a skit, and he was getting like some behind the scenes, but I'm explaining to Corey like the direction, and we kind of like talking about it. But the posture is Rob Kazi, the voice is Rob Kazi, the movement, because I was even though I had the clothes on, I wasn't fully in character because I was talking about like where we was gonna go with it. Mm-hmm. So he posted the Insta story, and it felt so even for me. So I'm like, man, it gotta feel uncomfortable for the fan to watch because it's Tommy. Like you got them clothes on, that's Tommy. You can't talk like Rob in Tommy clothes, and so it even affects me like that. When I seen it, I said, take that down, man. I said, why would you do that? I said, take that. I said, he like, no. I said, that's not Tommy. I said, that's Rob and Tommy clothes. There's a difference. I'm that deep with it. Mm-hmm. Take it down.
Bro, Tommy definitely a brand, man. Yeah. I ain't lying. Every time I see you post and I see Tommy, I see all my friends, all my partners in the comments tagging each other and this and that. And the one that really got me was the one where I think Corey with a K said something about, hey bro, let me cop a dub or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Tommy thought he was talking about the people.
Yeah.
Tommy thought he was talking about 12. So I'm like, bruh, that was so genius to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that was really genius to me. You know? That was, and then I think that might have been the first time I heard that oh I.
Yeah.
In that particular video.
I think that was the first time I did it.
Yeah, bro. That was
the first time I did
legendary,
it.
Man. Legendary.
And at that point, actually, Corey, we didn't have the name Terry for him. It just he didn't have we didn't have no name. It was just I would just tag him, Corey with a K. So we didn't have a name. It was just Tommy, and that was like the very very beginning. And so that's even why that happened. Because if that was Terry, I wouldn't have did that to Terry.
Yeah, right.
So I don't think people picked up on that either. That was the very beginning. We was just like, look, man, Tommy, this and just do a skit with me. And then it got to the point to where like when Tommy started like getting big and it was like, man, and it started getting popular, I was like, man, this my dog. Like, so look, we gotta make you Tommy partner. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep doing it together and like you become my partner. Versus somebody I mess over, I'm gonna mess over everybody else and you my road dog. Right. So we kind of made that. We gave the character a name, Scary Terry, and we ran with it. And he started growing his brand and his followers as well as as me. So that was So that was cool. That was cool. So yeah, that was one of the first videos we did as Tommy and Terry.
Hey man, legendary. So I'm gonna transition just a little bit and talk about like who do you look at? I don't want to say aspire to because you may not look at nobody in that light, but what comedians out there influence you, or who are some of the comedians that you look up to, maybe from back in the day, or currently, or So who is it that you look to?
I would say this. I have some comedians that I like, but to say influence, it's kind of hard for me to say just for the simple fact that I didn't see myself doing this. So I never watched comedians like, okay, let me pick up on this. Let me, I never watched it like that. I just watched it to enjoy it.
Right.
I was, like I said, wanted to be a rapper, so, but I do like Eddie Murphy, and I did hear a lot of comparisons. Like, man, you play so many characters like Eddie Murphy. I hear a lot of people saying that. So, and I was like, I don't know if that's like a subconscious thing because of me watching a lot of Eddie Murphy. Dave Chappelle, I like how blunt and straightforward he could be on stage because I'm that person. I guess I'm just still trying to find it to where I can put it out there because I don't have my name ain't nowhere near as big as Dave Chappelle. You know, I can get canceled quick. I say some stuff I ain't supposed to say, but a lot of that stuff he be saying, I be wanting to say. Like, I feel that. I'm like, man, you know. So, who else? Cat Williams.
Okay.
Cat Williams, definitely. Mike Epps. I seen a lot of Richard Pryor stuff. So that too. You know, I didn't grow up on it because he's a lot older. But let me see. I know I'm missing. I'm probably missing people. I just like comedy in general. Oh, Lavelle Crawford.
Oh, you?
A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't mention him, man. A lot of people don't mention him. They start hitting these big names, these big names. But man, Lavelle Crawford is one of the funniest comedians, hands down to me, like ever, like hands down. And I think, you know, a lot of people. I guess he's not a big household name, so some people will disagree just off of that. You know, it's just the human mind. Like, oh well, he's not big to this person. That don't mean he's not funny. Lavelle Crawford.
No doubt. So let me ask you this then. So you name Eddie Murphy, you name Lavelle Crawford, you name Cat Williams,
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
One of them got to go. Who is going to be?
One of them got to go.
One of them got to go. One of them got to get X'd out the bunch. Who is going to be?
Well, let me. Well, they got another comedian. Was Jim Gaffigan. Exactly, it's a white guy. I learned about him once I did start getting into comedy.
Serious?
Yeah, he's real funny too. So now one of them got to go, Jim Gaffigan.
Everybody's a hell of an answer, bro.
Well, I don't, man. That's a.
Nah. Look, how about this? You named all of them, so no doubt you respect all of them. We respect all of them. Right. And hopefully you get a chance to work with all of them in the future, you know. So we don't want to pit one against the other and not like that. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of having a little funny games with it. So
we're going to go ahead and close up. But first, is it anything you want to leave to the community, to the black culture? Anything inspirational, motivational to, you know, keep them going, the hustle? What advice you may have for the black community?
I would say, as cliche as it may sound, like just keep going first. And when let me get a little deeper. Like fate is something you gotta have, and people are just like, oh well, I have the fate, but fate without works is dead. You gotta put in the work. You can't just be like, oh well, I'm just trusting God to do it. Okay, well, what you doing? You think God just gonna just hand it to you? No, go get up. You gotta go do something. You gotta put effort towards something, you know, and then and have the faith in the process, trusting that God's gonna open the door, make it work. And I just posted a video like this, and I actually just played around on live, saying if you're not where you want to be in life, it's really no time to relax. So that's my thing. So what I would leave to the community is you know, the chilling. Oh, I'm gonna chill with my pie. I'm gonna do this. A lot of that, you gotta cut a lot of. If you really want something out of life, you gotta cut a lot of that out. A lot of that chilling. Oh, I'm gonna chill and play the games, smoke with my partner. We gonna hit the block and. Well, that's must be all you want in life. Because if you want something more, you're gonna put that time. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm working this job, you know, and you may not want to work that job. But what I did when I was working a job, like when I got off. I'm tired. I was working construction. I'm working 12, 13 hours a day. But when I get off, Red Bull, editing, writing, recording, because that's what I want to do in life. Hey man, you want some overtime? I got the bills paid, got this taken care of. I can use some extra money. No, I'm taking that Saturday off because I'm doing this. Not to lay back. Don't take no days off because you just want to relax. No time for that. If you're not where you want to be in life, there's no time to relax at all. Yeah. So that was that would be my thing. Is like you got to be hungry, and that's something you can't teach. You just got to have it. You just got to really want it. So when you really want something, and not saying if you work in a regular job you don't want it, like, but if you really want it, you got to overcome that. I'm tired. I'm tired right now. Like honestly, I'm tired. So physically, mentally, but you just got to keep going. You got to fight through a lot of that stuff. A lot of the heartbreaks, a lot of the working when you don't want to feel like it, working when stuff is going on, like in your life, stress, and just you got to fight through all that. So it takes a lot of mental strength, and it's not easy. I'm not saying it like it's easy. Even if it get to a point to where if you feel like you got a nice bit saved up, you might have to take that leap. You know what I'm saying? I quit my job. I quit, like on the spot. Like, hey, I can't do this no more. I quit. I didn't even know what I was about to do after that. I knew I was going to keep grinding towards this, but I didn't know where my next dollar was going to come from. And I struggled. I just quit and this happened. I struggled for months, for like a year and a half, 2 years almost. I struggled. In a 15-passenger van that I slept in at least twice. I was bouncing around by my partner house, by my mama house, by my sister house, like, lost a lot, lost a lot in that process. But if I had to do it again now, looking back and looking where I'm at now, I would do it all over again. If I knew that I would get here, which I did know because it was the fate. I'm like, man, I don't care. I got to, do this. So I struggled and went without a lot, but it left me with so much time to put towards my craft. And with that time, you can give quality, you can give quantity, and eventually, like I say, God will, your gift will make room for you. And that's basically what happened. But I needed the time to make it, so I had to quit. No doubt. So yeah, it ain't gonna be easy, but that's what I would say towards that.
Okay. So what's next for Rob Kazi? In up and coming months, years, whether you see yourself. What would you consider? What level do you feel you need to get to in your mind to where you feel like, I finally made it. I'm finally successful.
Well, I see our company, Vibrant Vision Productions, being not just putting together stage plays, but making movies, and have a television show as well, and putting together major productions, just, or even helping out, like, man, I'm about to get this shot by Vibrant Vision Productions, so we shooting stuff as well as working on our own stuff. So I look at it like real big, and some people that I would say I admire. Now I can't say this, so some, go back to that, is the Wayans family. Because I look at, I kind of compared in a sense, I kind of look, because, just having so much talent in my family, I admire that. I admire the fact that they got on and put everybody on. And so when that happened, that's when I feel like, okay, I got this person in place and this person in place, and nobody's working, if you heard me say earlier, I didn't say working for me. You say working for me, but I say working within the company. So when everybody's working within a company and doing something they're comfortable with, and you're not waking up every day like, I gotta go to this place. I gotta go, then I would feel good. Then I would feel good, and just being a lot further. And there's probably some stuff I'm missing out, but
I mean, I think y'all definitely have the talent, to become that version of the Wayans family, which would be, the Hodges family. So I just want to say, man, y'all keep grinding, keep putting in the work. Because y'all keep us laughing, man. Y'all brighten my day up.
Appreciate it. Big fans.
Yeah, no doubt. But before we go, man, I got one last question that I need to ask, and this is going to settle the score. Popeye's chicken sandwich or Chick-fil-A? Which one?
I gotta make it seem like I'm thinking. But Popeyes, man, I don't know, it just tastes so unhealthy. I love it. I love it, man. The pickles, that chicken, that tender bread. All right, that's enough. Yeah. I'm Popeyes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, dog. I'm with you on that one. So, again, Rob Kazi, appreciate you for coming through, sharing your thoughts and some of your life story with the black market. Definitely a pleasure to have you here. We look forward to many more interviews and working with you guys in any kind of way that we can moving forward. And we will continue to support the whole movement and everything that you got going. So that being said, man, all love.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure.
No doubt.